Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now May 16th of 2024, and given that all the divisions over at the Walt Disney Company are going through various challenges right now, not just limited to Bob Iger's lack of leadership skills and his deliberate agendas that are spilling into everything Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney related in general, but it also is all connected to what we have to address: the top three shareholders, BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street, funding all of this DEI nonsense and everything related to ESG, getting, of course, forced into things like Star Wars and Marvel, you name it. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. So, Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, one thing about this film that I think a lot of you need to know is that Shawn Levy and Ryan Reynolds recently came out and officially stated that this is not considered the third movie per se, and that it should be treated as a standalone film within the Deadpool brand, if you will, and that there are a lot of conversations happening right now between the Deadpool creative team and the Disney heads about developing a true third film. We'll talk more about that, of course, as the days roll by. But focusing on She-Hulk actress Tatiana Maslany and what kind of drama is spewing behind the scenes, and what's going on between herself, Ryan Reynolds, Shawn Levy, Bob Iger is only getting worse as, of course, the weeks roll by as we get closer to that Deadpool and Wolverine release date. Now, of course, we already know that Ryan Reynolds and the teams, such as the writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick and director Shawn Levy, have really been gaining a lot of victories against Disney in a desperate move to prevent as much DEI elements from spilling into the third act reshoots as possible, and so far so good. There's been very minimal DEI elements getting thrown into the third act of Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, on top of everything here, with Bob Iger heading into endless damage control over all the divisions at Disney, one major development now has much to do with the ongoing drama related to Deadpool and Wolverine, and how it connects to She-Hulk actress Tatiana Maslany, revolving around a major part of her role for She-Hulk, and how she is already developing a plan to sue Ryan Reynolds and even the Disney heads by creating a form of legal action. Now, the specifics of this recently got even worse after Tatiana Maslany made a final call to move forward with her legal plan against Ryan, as she is blaming him as the main cause of her career at Marvel Studios coming to a complete stop after her scenes were cut from the film. However, as it turns out, Ryan Reynolds also was the one to convince Disney and Marvel to delete a dedicated scene for She-Hulk that would promote Deadpool and Wolverine in front of audience members at different movie theaters before the film would even start. This was said to have been a turn-off your cell phone spot that was going to involve both She-Hulk and Deadpool breaking the fourth wall to the audience about turning off your phones. The scene was filmed and was said to be around 1 minute long in length, and was also going to be used to set up She-Hulk's return in Deadpool and Wolverine and other Marvel movies. Now, after careful review by Reynolds and the Deadpool team, the recent test screening included this spot that failed miserably by spectators, and it was decided by Reynolds to take this matter and concern up with the Disney heads to have it quickly refilmed and also removed. From now on, the turn off your cell phone spot that will play in movie theaters will feature only Deadpool and Wolverine by Hugh Jackman, with Deadpool talking to the audience and breaking the fourth wall, and will also be around 1 minute long in length. Now, Maslany was reportedly furious about the last-minute change, as it was promised in her contract that the spot would be spread around the entire world to be played in front of many different movies at different theaters internationally that was going to promote She-Hulk on a massive scale. However, Ryan and Shawn Levy were also very turned off by Tatiana's acting in the spot that they knew would turn the audiences away from Deadpool and Wolverine eventually. Dialogue, of course, was improvised as instructed by Kevin Feige, and even the way it was told to be shot by Feige failed as well. Maslany is now looking to begin a form of legal action by this July, and that is, of course, her last and final decision, that if no changes are made, or any scenes are reinstated in the final cut of the film, or even in the director's cut, she is going to take serious action against those like Reynolds, Levy, and even the Disney executives in the process by this July. Now, Maslany's contract for the deleted TV spot of course, and for the turn off your cell phone spot, was reportedly going to earn her an estimated $15 million in total. However, Disney reportedly only paid a fraction of that so far, which is also why she is putting full blame on Reynolds for the situation that she is in, of course, behind the scenes with Disney. And the drama is only expected to get worse over time. Now guys, the thing about She-Hulk, of course, we know that this show failed on a massive scale. It is one of the most alienated shows from Marvel fans, where nobody really wants to even consider it quote-unquote canon because of how bad it truly is. We've all seen the Rotten Tomatoes score. It's not just about that score though. Almost anybody that you talk to universally reject She-Hulk as a whole. Artistically, the way it was directed, written, the whole way it was executed, how even the character itself really was not fitting in with how she was represented in the original comics from many years ago. So again, I mean, we all know that Masalyn is another one of those actresses in Hollywood that's very overly demanding, full of herself, all, of course, in her head, thinking that she's almighty in the overall film industry, that she deserves everything. And it's very much similar to Phoebe Waller-Bridge. It's almost similar to Brie Larson as well. And don't even get me started on everything that has been happening with Rachel Zegler with Snow White over at Disney. We'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. However, with that being said, in addition to all of this, Masalyn also is already warning Disney also that she will be talking about the Deadpool drama on various podcasts and radio shows to expose what happened behind the scenes. Already those like Ryan and crew are furious over Masalyn's behavior in a desperate move to improve her career while it's stagnant at the moment for Marvel. So again, I mean, we know that, Masalyn has had some pretty impressive, acting bits in the past. I know that some fans out there of the Marvel Universe do not like her as She-Hulk, but they do like her in other things. I mean, let's not lie about this. She does have some side of herself as an actress where she can do okay in. Alright, as far as I see things, she's just an okay actress. That's how I see it. That's just my opinion. Terrible actress for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She does not belong there. She doesn't fit it. Doesn't really apply to that universe. So, the fact that you have someone like her putting full blame on Ryan Reynolds for making the call for breaking her career over at Marvel, I think is just ridiculous. I think that at the end of the day, her career at Marvel was shot right from the get-go when She-Hulk released, not all that long ago, and She-Hulk Season 2 was axed from the Marvel slate and how they blew their budget on the first season. I don't know if you guys knew this, but they really put a lot of funds into the first season, almost way too much, to the point where it was like, alright, what are they doing with all this money? It looks mediocre, where are all those funds going? So, moving on ahead from all of this, we know that Deadpool and Wolverine's gonna have tons of cameos, and already Ryan Reynolds is really taking advantage of the reshoots to use other surprise cameos to fill in the spots for what was deleted for Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, and other characters that he ditched from the final cut of Deadpool and Wolverine, one of which will be Henry Cavill. We'll have more to talk about that. But overall, guys, I would love to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.